Suicide. Such resonating connotations associated with the singular word, such impact and stigmatism. Statistically in 2012, 6.6 and 7.5% of undergrads seriously considered suicide. Between 2.2 and 2.3% made a plan, and between 1.1 and 1.2% made an attempt. Let's break this down. In about every 4 classes around our UTSA campus, between 6 and 8 people have considered suicide. 2 people have created a plan, and 1 person has made a suicide attempt. According to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, young adults aged 15 to 24 had a suicide rate of 11.6% in 2014. These numbers rise when undergraduates and graduate students are combined. Then they rise again when students enrolled in 9 hours or less are added. That's right. The above statistics are only for full-time students. They increase with the addition of part-time students. Considering UTSA's sizable student population, you have already met someone who has considered suicide. By the time you graduate, you've probably unknowingly met at least 1 person who had created a plan. Out of 28,787 UTSA students in 2015, statistically 316 of them made an actual attempt at suicide. Throughout the nation, at least 1,100 students are lost to suicide each year. The most common cause of suicide is depression. Empathic communication is the key to reaching these students that feel isolated, overwhelmed, distraught, and low. These students need you to listen, echo, ask questions, and cultivate an empathic attitude. The goal is communication and a full engagement with another human being in a time of crisis. If you notice that your friend is displaying excessive moodiness, or is having sleep problems, or that they are displaying signs of withdrawal, self-harm, changes in personality or appearance, and are threatening suicide, then you should reach out to them and understand these signs as possible warning signs of a human thinking about ending their life. A complete state of calm after an erratic change in behavior or a state of depression and sadness can also signal that the student has decided on suicide as a resolution. When encountering the student, echo their body language through words. If you see them sitting alone in a room, say, "I see that you're sitting alone in this room. How are you feeling?" If you see them sitting on a stairwell with their head down, say, "I see you're sitting here with your head down. How are you feeling?" By echoing their body language in simple, direct sentences, you show the other person you really see them in their time of need. By following up the statement with a general question of "How are you feeling?" you allow them the chance to open up to you. Use open-ending questions like who, what, where, when, why, or how. Simple questions like "Are you feeling depressed?" and "Are you okay?" require only a yes or no answer and cannot engage the student. Instead, use questions like "How did that make you feel?" and "What was that like?" If you don't understand something, ask them to clarify. If you don't know something, be honest and say so. Also, don't assume answers or their emotions. Let them tell you what's going on. Listen to their story. In this moment, it's not about how you can help them. It's about how they can let you hear their story. Don't multitask, meaning don't think of assignments for your next class. Don't think of your own stresses and worries. Be fully engaged in the conversation. Therapist Morgan Scott Peck said, "True listening requires a setting aside of oneself." Cultivate an empathic attitude. The essence of empathy is trying to place yourself in the other person's situation. Don't equate your own experience with theirs because all experiences are not the same. More importantly, this moment is about them, not you. It takes effort and energy to pay attention to another individual. Be prepared to fully engage another individual. Suicide is awful, and it can be an unlikely choice for any student dealing with depression and/or various stresses. However, the decision of suicide is not impossible, and when it happens, it's like an earthquake or a tornado. The world has changed forever, and the action cannot be undone. You wish you had the foresight to know how to prevent it. No one can know exactly who will choose suicide, so don't take it lightly. If you know someone that needs help, go up to them, echo their behavior, ask them questions, listen to their story, and cultivate an empathic attitude. You have at your disposal the vital tools and necessary resources to fully engage and communicate with another human being. Use them. Say to yourself, okay, I'll be a part of this world.